The reason is why I'm doing so is because recently we've had information.
If you do not give us your details under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act, you'll go to a police station.
Don't need authorisation.
Pull that down.
No, that's illegal. Straight away.
It's not illegal.
Welcome to UK Police Cops, where we put misconduct on display, explore police and legal content, protect rights and demand accountability.
This video is sponsored by Free Times Audits, so check out his channel using the link. In this clip, an auditor named FTA is legally flying his drone above a police station when a cop who doesn't know the rules runs up and makes everything worse by yelling confusing commands and handcuffing FTA like he's dangerous. Then another officer shows up and lies about the law to try forcing FTA to show his ID. But FTA stood his ground, went to court, and won big.
I'm PC Rana from Central Park Police Station. You right, bud?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Just wondering, I'm recording, my body warm's on. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm actually in control of an aircraft at the minute, so don't distract me.
No, I'm not distracting you. I just want to speak to you if everything's alright. You just got an aircraft with a camera, I presume, and you're flying over a police station. Is there any reason for that, pal?
Lots of reasons for everything, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a reason for absolutely everything, hence why I'm asking you.
You're distracting me, that's what you're doing.
I might be distracting you, but I just need to speak to you, pal.
You can wait, can't you? Please wait till I land it.
Absolutely, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not landing it right now.
What exactly are you trying to record, pal?
I'm just flying at the minute, mate.
For the moment, the reason as to why I'm coming to speak to you, do you want me to tell you?
To distract me?
No, negative, that's, well, if
You're distracting me now, so if I crash it into a car, it's your fault.
If I'm distracting you, that's just something that's occurred.
Something that's occurred. I've told you I'm in charge of an aircraft.
Why I'm trying to speak to
the
you.
reason why I'm telling you is because you're distracting me, and if I crash it, it's your fault.
This cop proves right away that he knows nothing about drone safety, public safety, or basic common sense. FTA is actively flying his drone with his eyes up and hands on the controls when the officer runs over demanding answers, even after FTA warns him he's creating a dangerous situation. Any trained professional would wait quietly, let the pilot land the drone safely first, then talk. But this officer acts like flying a live drone is no big deal and treats it like casual conversation. When FTA correctly warns that being distracted could make the drone crash into a car, the officer gives an incredibly dumb response, saying if he's distracting FTA, that's just what happened. What he's really saying is he's fine causing a potentially dangerous accident just because he wants to talk immediately. This behavior is reckless and irresponsible, clearly showing he had zero control over the situation.
There's a security concern.
Oh, is there? Congratulations.
Hence why this is on the radar at the moment. We've had people trying to follow police officers home, hence why I'm trying to speak to you.
For what?
So,
I'm not speaking to you at the minute, I'm flying an aircraft.
Do you want to land that down first, pal?
No.
Right, it's becoming a security issue now. I'm going to have to just put you in handcuffs first.
Right, can I land it first?
Do you mind landing it then? Yeah, I can put you in handcuffs down and I have to stop searching, pal.
Alright.
That's how it is. Do you want to land it now, or do you want to...
Do I land it now?
Go on then.
So you're detaining me?
Yes, at the moment I want to put you in handcuffs.
Under what section?
Section 1 of place, pal.
Alright.
So do you mind just...
Can I land it?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to move, do you?
Yeah, because I have to make sure it lands safely.
That's fine.
So,
you want to put that down in your backpack, something like that, at least it's out of the way so you don't need to worry about it?
So why are you detaining me?
Section 1 stop search, pal.
Section 1, so you think I'm coming equipped to steal?
Negative, that's not remotely close.
Oh, that's Section 1 of pace, isn't it?
Section 1 of pace, yeah?
Yeah, is that what you do?
Section 1 of pace is a stop search power, yeah?
Yeah, for what? For what reason?
If you'd like to put your hands away, then I can handcuff you, then I can explain as I legally have to explain. I'll explain everything to you after that, pal.
The officer's attempt to use Section 1 of PACE wasn't just wrong, it actually proved he had no idea what legal power he was supposed to use. Section 1 is very specific and requires an officer to have clear suspicion that someone is carrying stolen items or burglary tools, and it has nothing to do with flying drones, security concerns, or filming police stations. So when FTA asks the obvious question about whether he thinks FTA is equipped to steal, the officer immediately says no, completely destroying his own legal justification for the stop. Instead of admitting he didn't actually know which law applied, the officer just grabbed the first legal power he could remember from training and tried to force it into a situation where it didn't belong at all.
First of all, I'm going to detain you under Section 1 of PACE, which is stop search power. The reason as to why I'm doing so, hold on. The reason is why I'm doing so is because recently we've had information about individuals following police cars out of the stations in unmarked cars and playing cloned cars with fake number plates. If you want, you can like put that down.
No, it's alright.
That's fine. Cool, pop noise. So that's one of the reasons as to why you're going to be detained. And now I can see you. I'm speaking to you. You're not giving me any reason as to why you're here at this very moment.
I don't have to account for being in a public place.
Absolutely not. You're not in a public place, but your drone is well within police property.
What, the airspace?
Yeah.
You do control the airspace, do you?
I'm not saying I control the airspace.
Well, you don't control the
as you can
airspace.
say, we've got recent intel claiming people are following police officers home in unmarked cars. I can't see that there's a car at the moment. I can't see any plane cars or the vehicle that I.
So you've got no reasonable grounds, then, have you?
I just explained my reasonable grounds.
No, they're not reasonable in my opinion.
My collar number's on my shoulder, pal. So if
I can't see it because of collar.
You can see it right there, pal. My collar number's right there. If you've got any issues with anything that I'm doing today,
everything that you're doing,
well within your right to complain. That's not an issue at all.
The officer showed he didn't understand the basic facts of the situation, because what matters for FTA's rights is where he's standing on the ground, not where his drone is flying in the air, since the airspace above the police station isn't owned or controlled by the police, but is regulated by national aviation rules. Things really fell apart when the officer tried to justify searching FTA by bringing up some vague information about people supposedly following officers to their homes, as if that had anything to do with someone peacefully flying a drone over a building. And then, incredibly, he admitted he couldn't actually see any behavior from FTA that matched this intelligence report. That's the exact moment his legal justification completely collapsed, because once an officer openly admits he hasn't observed any suspicious behavior, the suspicion becomes nothing more than a story in his head, and a story alone cannot legally authorize a search of someone.
You new to the job?
Absolutely not. No.
How long have you been in the job?
A couple of years.
Yeah, you should know better than
I still have a couple of things I need to say to you. She just interrupted me. The reason
you're not searching me then?
The ground. I am searching you. I'm just looking at it so it doesn't hurt your wrists.
Looking after you. I was unlocking it.
No, not after you. I'm looking after you, if anything.
Well, you're not looking after my eye. You put me in handcuffs.
That's for your safety, my safety. You know how it is. The objects of my search is anything that could be used to follow police officers home, or any sort of anything that could be used in illegal means. Do you understand what I mean?
No.
Right. So essentially, I'm looking for items.
So a car would be to follow.
Absolutely. So I'm looking for car keys for this certain car that I'm looking for.
What car are you looking for?
At the moment,
you don't know, do you? You're making it up. You're making it up as you go. Absolutely. Tell me what car it is then.
Absolutely.
Tell me what car it is then.
Personal information.
Oh, what an idiot.
Police safety and awareness. So I can't really tell you
Idiot.
That's fine.
Oh, look at this now, idiots.
Yeah,
no, I'm not, mate. No, I'm not. Being detained for illegal activity.
A drone about this recent. Yeah.
Oh, flying a drone.
This is the moment when the officer's story completely breaks down, because he tries to justify searching FTA by claiming he's looking for car keys that supposedly belong to a specific vehicle connected to people who have been following officers to their homes. But as soon as FTA asks which car he's talking about, the officer freezes up and hides behind the excuse that it's personal information. That reaction tells you everything you need to know, since he didn't actually have any specific car in mind, and if his suspicion were genuine, he would be able to describe something about the vehicle, like its color, make, and model, or even part of the license plate number. But instead, he makes the claim and then immediately refuses to provide any supporting details. When an officer starts making up details on the spot to support a search, it becomes perfectly clear what's really happening, and this had nothing to do with anyone following officers home, but was simply about finding any excuse he could think of to justify a search he had already made up his mind to conduct.
No, get off.
Put your face down.
No, that's illegal. What are you doing?
You're going to get stop search now on the section.
Yeah, I'm being stop searched. He's doing it.
Come over here.
No, come over here.
Come over here now. I'll get your equipment. Come over here now. Listen to me now. My colleague's not already explained this to you. You're now detained under Section 1 of PACE, which is the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984. The reasons for this are, I've got reason to suspect you're in the commission of offence by committing hostile reconnaissance in an area that's not open to the public. Right. You are going far beyond YouTubing for a YouTube video.
Really?
You are flowing an unmanned aircraft without authorisation over a police station.
Don't need authorisation.
Pull that down.
No, that's illegal. Straight away.
It's not illegal. Really not I've got reasonable grounds to believe.
No.
I need to know.
This is for religious purposes.
It's not religious.
Yeah, it is.
You want to get a reaction for whatever YouTube video you're doing, so this is what's going to happen. My colleague's going to put your handcuffs behind your back, and you're going to get stop searched. Once that's done, let's get your details. If I don't find anything in that bag on the grounds of the search and the stop search that we do, anything that prohibited items or illegal in the commission of the offence you potentially committed, you may be released.
The second officer arrives and is twice as aggressive but half as knowledgeable about the law, immediately claiming that FTA is flying without permission over a police station, which is the same old false belief that many officers hold on to, thinking that anything flown near a police building must somehow be illegal. But the reality is that airspace in the UK isn't controlled by the police unless the Civil Aviation Authority has officially marked that area as restricted, which wasn't the case here. So FTA has every legal right to fly his drone there, since police stations don't automatically get special no-fly zones around them just because they don't like being filmed. Then, without any warning, the officer reaches out and pulls down the face covering that FTA is wearing without asking permission and without any legal authority to do this, which is just pure ego and a sense of entitlement, since a face covering isn't illegal contraband and it's not getting in the way of a search, but is simply a piece of personal clothing that FTA chose to wear.
If you do not give us your details under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act, I want your details. You have caused members of staff at this police station in an area that's not open to the public.
Didn't go in.
Alarm. I'm not saying you did, but you flew your drone over the police station.
Which isn't illegal.
Let me explain to you now. You need authority to be flying an unmanned aircraft like that over 120 metres high in the sky, which is 400 feet.
I didn't go over 120 metres.
Well, we need to ascertain that.
Yeah,
so what's going to happen now is you're going to give my colleague your details in a minute. We're going to stop search you under Section 1 of PACE 1984. Once that's done, we'll P&C you, find out who you are, and what I suggest you do is you really think on about the behaviour you're committing. I get there's people like auditors, I get there's people that are interested in police stations, but you have not got permission off the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police or the Council to be filming this police station intrusively in an area that's clearly not open to the public. So at the moment, you're being detained for a stop search. Once that's been done, we will go further from there about what we're going to do.
The second officer doesn't even try to pretend he knows anything about drone laws and simply makes up his own rules, stating them as if they're actual laws by telling FTA that he needs permission from the chief constable or the local council to fly there, which isn't just a simple misunderstanding, but is someone who truly believes that because the police own a building, they also own the airspace above it. It's the same ridiculous logic as saying you would need permission from Tesco to fly a drone over their parking lot. And these rules are completely made up, completely illegal, yet he says them with total confidence, since the officer wasn't trying to enforce real regulations, but was just protecting what he saw as his territory. When he realized he had no actual legal power to stop a legal drone flight, he fell back on the tactic that poorly trained officers always use, by asserting his authority in a loud, aggressive way, and hoping that the member of the public would simply give in and obey.
Give my colleague your details, please.
Wonderful.
If you don't...
I don't have to under Section 1 of PACE.
let me explain to you now. You do, because let me explain something to you now. If you do not, under Section 50 of Police Reform Act, I'm going to arrest you, take you to police custody, and live scan your fingerprints, get your photographs and DNA to find out who you are, because you've caused several members of staff in here. Let me finish speaking. Listen, you've gone a level beyond filming the front of the gate of the police station. You've flown the drone around the police station, and my colleague saw you doing it from a top window in this building. This colleague stood here. For that reason, I can be satisfied now that you've gone beyond the level of causing harassment, alarm and distress to colleagues in here. So you give me those details. If you don't, that's fine. We'll take you to police custody and we'll find out who you are there.
On one condition.
It's not under condition. That's what's going to happen.
I want my phone recording you saying that, that I have to.
No, we've got Bodycam.
No, because I'll never get hold of that.
Yeah, you can.
No, I've tried it before. I don't get it.
Well, ultimately, mate, listen to me now. You've got 5 to 10 seconds to make a decision. If you don't, I'm going to take you to police custody. Following the search, we're going to carry out under Section 1 of PACE 1984.
Right, search me first, and then I'll give me details.
That's fine. Okay. Good.
The Section 50 threat was the final proof that these officers were completely in over their heads, because the second officer tried to claim that FTA had caused harassment, alarm, and distress. But he wasn't talking about distress to regular members of the public, but to the police officers themselves. The same officers who had chosen to confront FTA, detain him, lie about the law, and pull his face covering off. which isn't what Section 50 is designed for at all, and is pure desperation since the officer wasn't responding to any actual criminal behavior, but was simply reacting to being challenged by someone who understood their legal rights. FTA's own comment under the video explains exactly why the police force ended up having to pay him compensation when a viewer asks the obvious question about how items that could supposedly be used to follow officers home would justify a Section 1 search under PACE, and the simple answer is that it doesn't, because the officer literally invented that excuse, with FTA responding directly that it was an illegal stop and search with no legal grounds, which led to his first civil claim and win. And that one sentence sums up the entire case, since the police powers were misused, the legal grounds didn't exist, and the force had no way to defend their actions. So they settled the case because they knew that if it went to court, every lie, every unlawful threat, and every made-up justification would be exposed for everyone to see. What makes this incident really stand out isn't just the poor quality of the policing, but how incredibly fast a normal, harmless situation turned into a complete disaster, with FTA literally in the middle of flying his drone and telling the officer that the distraction was creating a dangerous situation. And instead of stepping back like any responsible professional would do, the officer pushed even harder, which became the pattern for the entire encounter, where every single time common sense presented an opportunity to fix things, the police ran in the complete opposite direction. Then backup arrived, but not to calm the situation down or correct the mistakes that had been made, but instead they piled brand new mistakes on top of the existing ones. And suddenly, FTA was being accused of hostile reconnaissance, illegal flying, harassment, following officers to their homes, and whatever else they could think up to maintain control of a situation that had already completely fallen apart, which was emotional policing disguised as law enforcement. Since the harder they pushed, the more obvious it became that they weren't acting based on their professional training, but were acting out of panic and wounded pride. That's exactly why the financial settlement hit the police force so hard. And when FTA confirmed that he had won his civil claim, it wasn't surprising to anyone because it was the only possible outcome, given there was an unlawful stop, an unlawful search, completely fabricated legal grounds, threats of using Section 50 inappropriately, and drone laws that were entirely invented on the spot. And any single one of those violations would be enough to embarrass a police force, but all of them together meant that a settlement check was absolutely inevitable. The police force paid up, the officers were left looking completely clueless and incompetent, and FTA walked away having proven once again that the law doesn't bend just because police officers want it to. So that's it for today's video, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because it really helps me continue providing independent coverage of these important issues. And also, make sure you don't forget to check out Free Times Audits, whose channel is linked in the description below, and show him some love and support. Thanks for watching. This was UK Police Cops, and I'll see you in the next episode.